Hello, my name's Tim and today we're going to do a walk around video of our MY18 XC60 R-Design T6 petrol. In this video I'm going to take you around the outside of the car. I'm going to run you through some of the features and design points on this vehicle and the condition as well. This car does only have demo kilometers on it. It's in absolutely fantastic condition. Then we're going to jump inside, give you a quick rundown on the interior. But I do want to tell you that this car comes with so much. There's a reason why it won World Car of the Year. This video is not going to do this car justice. On the outside of the car, you'll see that we do have this car in the nice, beautiful fusion red color, which is a nice darker sort of red. It's not a really in-your-face bright red, and it's the subtle of the hint of the color does work pretty well. So we do have our black grille in the front across here with our nice big front Volvo badge and front camera. Black and white slimline plates as well with some gloss black fitted into the bottom of the grille there. On the R-Design you do have a horizontal pattern here. That is how you do tell them apart. Over here we got our Thor hammer headlights in the front of the car as well, daytime running lights, really sticking true to that Swedish heritage as well. As we move around to the side of the car, I'm just going to point out the wheels. None of these wheels have any gutter rush on them, and the tyres do have plenty of tread because it does only have demo kilometers. I love the styling of the tyres, especially against the red, because the black and chrome do work nicely in conjunction with that colour. Our silver side mirror caps is another telling sign of the R-Design style, and that colour is replicated around the outside of the car as well. Keyless entry and locking do come along with this car as well. This car is fitted with the premium pack, which does give you heaps of features in this vehicle, one of them being tinted rear glass. Now this glass is made tinted from the factory, it's not tinted with a film. Our fuel filler cap is here on the driver's side, and as we move around to the back of the car, we'll see that the styling on the back of the car is something that I really like on the Volvo. It comes together very nicely with the gloss black down near the bottom of the dual chrome exhaust tips, rear color-coded sensors as well, our T6 badging on the back, and we have done the Polestar tune from Volvo on this vehicle as well, which brings the power to the middle of the rev range, giving it a nice amount of punch and responsiveness in the rev range when you're actually going to be using it. Now this car does have the kick release on it, so all you got to do is just between the V and the O, or to the right of this sensor, just line your foot up, go straight under, and then back out. And then the car will open itself up as well. You can do the same to close it, making it nice and easy. One other thing with this car as well, part of the premium pack, is it is fitted with electronic folding rear seats. So you do have a button in the back here. By pressing this button down, it will drop the rear seats for you, meaning that if you are going to load anything into the back, it does make it much more easier as well. This car does have the air canisters, that's the word, sorry, air suspension for the air canisters as well. I just put my cargo barrier under here, but you got two air canisters under there and a spare tyre as well. To fold the back tailgate back down, you do have buttons under here. You can even control the level that the car opens to in case you do have a garage as well. As it brings it back down, brings it down in a nice, slow, smooth motion. Coming around now to the passenger side of the car. Passenger side of the car does present just as good as the driver's side. Nothing to point out on this car, as it has been very well looked after. Like I said, it was owned by us and it does only have demo kilometers. We have owned this car since brand new. As you come around back to the front, you'll see that even the styling of the gloss black in the bottom of the bumper just down here with the color-coded sensors does work very well with this vehicle. So what I'm going to do next, guys, I'm going to pop the bonnet. I'm going to talk a little bit more about the engine, fuel consumption and safety that you can expect from buying this vehicle. Alright, so opening up the bonnet of this vehicle, you do have the release on the driver's side. And if you put your hand just under the middle here, you'll feel the nice yellow latch, lift it up, really lightweight bonnet here. Now this car, look how clean it is under here. Volvo, safety is their number one thing. So not only for noise deadening, but safety as well. You do have a nice soft engine cover as well. If you do hit anyone, they go through the lightweight bonnet. They won't be bouncing onto the hard engine. It does help lessen the impact and make a bit of difference, helping lower the risk of head injuries for pedestrians that may be hit by the vehicle. Now under here, as you can probably tell, this car is running very, very quietly. Like I mentioned before, this is the petrol T6 version, which means that this car does have a 2-litre 4-cylinder motor, but it is turbocharged and supercharged. This does provide 235 kilowatts of power and 400 newton meters of torque, meaning it can accelerate from 0 to 100 in 5.9 seconds, which is excellent for a mid-size SUV. This car does have an 8-speed automatic transmission and all-wheel drive system. Combined with its 71-litre fuel tank, you can average around 8 litres per 100 k's driven. Now, as you know, if you're watching this video, you have been researching Volvo. Volvo is the world's safest car brand. Long history of being very, very safe, so it's no surprise that this car does have a 5-star ANCAP safety rating. So moving to the interior of our Volvo XC60 with the premium pack, and also just being the XC60 itself, this car is packed with extras as well. One of them is my favorite, the Bowers & Wilkins sound system. I would try and demonstrate for you, but through the quality of this microphone, it won't do it any justice. I highly recommend coming in and checking this out. Over here on the right, we do have our full electric window control with side mirror adjuster. On the door, we've got our memory seat options here, as well as a locking mechanism. Moving the steering wheel to the right, we've got our front and rear windshield wipers just here. And on our left, we've got our headlight and indicator control. Being the R-Design, you do get the sports steering wheel upgrade with the R-Design logo, paddle shifters as well. The controls on the right will control your media, as well as some options for you on the display just in front of you just here, and then the left is all of your adaptive cruise control options. Do have a lot of different display options for this car as well. You can even set it to show you navigation just here in the middle of the screen. Moving to the center of the car, we've got our Bowers & Wilkins speaker at the top, and then just below that, a nice 9-inch touchscreen. Now a 9-inch touchscreen will control everything. Now I'm just going to try and do my best to run through this for you without going to too much detail to overburden you, but once again, I won't be able to do this car its full justice. So here we do have 4 categories. The top one is always our satellite navigation. If you don't like the display in front of you in the dash, you can just tap this, it'll bring it up here, and you can make it full screen as well, just giving you a nice clear indication there. Below the screen we do have our nice home button. The next one is our media, be it we listen to FM radio, digital radio, AM radio, Bluetooth, Spotify app you install on here as well, USB, everything will be just run through there, nice and simple. Next one is your phone settings for any phones that you pair to the car. And the bottom one is the last application you had open. Being Bowers & Wilkins, this one does have the My Studio with all the reverb from the Gothenburg concert hall being perfectly replicated, the individual stage options, studio options as well, all included in this car. Swiping across to the right, we do have all of our driving sort of applications, our fun stuff, so our radio favorites, our Bluetooth, sound experience, car messages, because you can book your service in through this car as well when you pair your phone to it, download center for more apps, as well as your Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. This car already has Spotify installed on it, as well as having the weather update just underneath there as well. If we scroll across to the right, we do have all of our driving features here. So our auto stop start, cross traffic alert, lane keeping warning, aid, park assist, park sensors, camera. So if we hit the camera, bring up our 360-degree camera. We can individually actually select which camera we want to use if you don't like that aerial style view of the car just here. This car will also read street signs for you, so got a nice road sign information. It'll display them in front of you as well. Like I said, this car does do a lot. You've got your dual zone climate control at the bottom, fan speed and seat warmers too. This car's fitted with the fine Napa leather, so you also get ventilated seats as well. By that, we do have a nice volume control knob with muting, skipping songs, as well as the misters. Moving just back from that, we do have 2 cup holders here. Our start stop button is just here. Drive mode, so you can put in performance mode as well as an eco mode, or just the comfort setting too. You can even set up your own driver mode with different settings on the air suspension. Park brake here and auto hold. Underneath that, we do have our nice center console with 2 USB ports. One does have a white ring around the outside of the USB port. That is for the Apple Auto as well as the Android, the CarPlay as well. Moving just up here to the top, we do have a nice big sunroof as well. So it is a dual panoramic sunroof, which the front section opens as well. You can even set the car to recognize that it will be too hot, and it will close the shade cloth for you as well. Nice and smooth operation just there. You get ambient lighting in the car as well, so then at night time it does put a nice soft light on the inside of the car. Just one last thing I do want to point out to you is the seats here with the fine Napa leather. It does give you a nice perforated seat. Just under here, very soft, fine leather. Once again, sitting in these cars with this cushion adjusting as well as our lumbar support, I do highly recommend it. Just like I said, I can't touch on everything and I can't fully give this car its absolute full justice. You do have to come down and check it out. I'd like to take this time to thank you for watching a walk around video of our MY18 XC60 R-Design T6. I hope I've answered any questions you may have had about the vehicle and given you a really good idea on the quality of this vehicle, as well as some of the options included in here as well. Like I said, I can't give this vehicle its full justice, especially that sound system, so I do highly recommend giving us a call, booking a test drive and coming in and listening to your favourite music through this awesome sound system. Once again, our phone number is 9907 0555.